What's up, everybody? Hope you all are doing well today. Just want to go over a couple of quick things for this week. First and foremost, remember that you have your channel planning assignment that is going to be due tonight by 11:59 p.m. This is just a basic what is your stream going to be about? What are you planning to do in terms of the content that you are going to be delivering? Do you have a schedule that you're going to be looking at as far as dates, times, etc.? And again, who's involved? So no less than a page, no more than two. Just to give me as much information as you can, exactly what you plan to do for this stream as best you can. So this doesn't have to be set in stone and finalized, but it does need to be an idea of what you plan to do. So that's going to be due on Tuesday. Thursday will be a budget summary. That's going to be a lot less intensive in terms of the stuff that needs to be put in there. I mean, this could honestly be half a page. But thinking about the hardware and software that you need for this course, I don't imagine that you're going to need a whole lot. Again, I put on the Discord recommendations, especially with having a microphone headset combo. That's probably one of the easiest ways to do this. If you want to actually buy a microphone, that's up to you, but I want to make sure that people are saving money. So please keep that in mind as you're going through everything, and make sure that this is something that you can do in a method that is cost effective to you. So please keep that in mind. The main thing I want to go over today is just real briefly the idea of when you're about to go live. What are some of the things that you should be looking for? Now, I'm not putting up a lot of the stuff that Dr. Kelly did. If you'd like to check out his video, his is on As You Learn, as will this one be here soon. But the big thing is, first and foremost, what to do when you go live, and what are some of the things that you can do when you go live. So those are going to be some of the things that I cover over today. Starting off mainly in Streamlabs, but you can do this on your PlayStation or Xbox as well, depending on how you want to do this. The big thing is Dr. Kelly brought up a lot of things in terms of sources to be able to utilize, and making sure not only that this right here looks good. Again, I'm not on camera right now, but at the same time, the camera as well as audio sound good. And the good thing is you can test each one of these in terms of the mixer to see what your sound sounds like if you are looking to capture in-game audio as well as yourself. Now remember, this came up towards the end of class. I don't think everybody was there when it would happen. You do not, so if you are doing gaming, for instance, you do not need to have a capture card purchase. This is only if you're trying to go from like a PlayStation to the information on your computer. So I have a capture card from my GoPro that I utilize for my camera. But at the same time, if you want to have one for your PlayStation, it is an extra cost. But if you want to use like Steam, sorry, that is a viable option, and I encourage anybody to utilize Steam, because usually games are inexpensive for the most part. It's got a substantial library. It's very, very good for PC gaming. So, but a lot of y'all have talked about doing things like cooking, doing lifestyle. The big thing on that is one, your budget summary is going to differ from person to person, but you will probably do a lot less in terms of capturing. It will probably be fairly easy to have a video capture of just yourself on camera while you talk. But again, test. Keep testing throughout this whole process here. When you get your Streamlabs ready to go, and you got the sources the way you want to, if you want to implement some overlays, you can. In fact, Streamlabs specifically will actually provide overlays if you would like to use them and make it so that it's a little bit easier. But you have a test widget down here, and at the bottom there is a go live function. And so you will see a little bit in terms of where you plan to do this. We would be streaming to Twitch. You would enter in a title. You could also look into a game that you want to use. Tags are also very important. This is something that, I don't know, that came up on Ryan's screen, or excuse me, Dr. Kelly's screen. when it comes to tags. Twitch is very finicky about the kind of tags that it'll use, and then it'll actually automate some of them depending on the game. So the biggest thing is to be able to experiment with it. The one thing that this doesn't do in terms of the go live notification is it doesn't give a description. So when you get people who follow and subscribe to your channel, one of the things that they'll be able to see is maybe a push notification on their phone to say, this person is going live, I want to know what they're doing. And you can customize that, but it's hard to do in Streamlabs. So the big thing I like to do is actually go in to your account here. Now, I'm not going to show a whole lot of here, but I will show one or two things with how to do this. And this has to do with a little bit of your creator dashboard. So this is actually pretty darn cool in terms of the things that you can do. And so we are offline right now. But anytime that you want to change something, you can go to what's called Edit Stream Info up at the top right here. And so this will include the title. This will be the go live notification. Category, again, I play a lot of Elder Scrolls, so I will probably put Skyrim in here. If I could spell. Sorry. So, and you see here the tags here at the bottom actually change a little bit here. But it also goes into audiences, which is everyone or subscribers only. I don't imagine that a lot of you will have subscribers only for a while. This is usually incentives to have people subscribe to your channel, and it is a good way for advertising in that capacity that you have special events. But that's really neither here nor there. So the big thing is having your category set up, the title, and your go live notifications, so that when people see through like randomly searching on Twitch, one of the things that they can find is they can go in and see not only the tag but also the game that's being played. It shows up in subcategories here, whether you're doing cooking, whether you're doing lifestyle, whether you're doing, someone were to do ASMR, whether the people were doing gaming, you would actually see a lot of what people would be looking for. So again, if you're looking for Skyrim, for instance, you would be able to find it. So that's really one of the ways that when you go in there, how you can understand a little bit about going live, and it helps with those go live notifications. And it's also extremely important to remember here when you're going through your going live. One of the things that's very important is that you change those notifications each time. So please don't forget that, because otherwise it'll show up really sloppy. That has happened to us. I can't tell you how many times, and it is very frustrating. When you go into your main page, you will have things like recent broadcasts. They'll show like some of the things that you broadcast. So like we did Finding Paradise yesterday. Dr. Megan Connell did that. But we also did Drawing Conclusions, where they did the Muppets, which was pretty cool. But the one thing that you can do is you can edit into a lot of your information here. One of the things, and you can see you can edit panels. I'm not going to edit them right now. But it's kind of cool that you can go into each one of these and determine your rules and so forth. This is where you do it. So it is in your channel that you are going to be able to use everything. And we also have like things like contact and so forth for anybody that wants to reach out. So, we try to keep this pretty comprehensive and pretty updated. The key thing is, again, make sure you establish what exactly it is you want for this channel and what should your followers be expecting, or anybody joining should be expecting in this case. Now you can do things like scheduling, which will show the channels that you will be doing and kind of games that will be played and so forth. Videos, you might have things like clips or previous broadcasts. The important thing to remember in any of those previous broadcasts, especially for those who want to do things like podcasts and so forth, remember that it has a 14-day limit that you need to download it. So if 14 days goes by, you can't access it anymore. So please make sure to remember that as you're going through it. So that's most of what I want to show. It's actually pretty easy to look into when it comes to going live and putting out information here. The one thing that I will want everybody to pay attention to when you're going into things like stream managers is two different things, because I've been asked about this. Actually, a few different things. One is understanding that you can raid a channel at any given point in time. You need to be following. Well, it's easier when you follow a channel. A raid, if for those who don't know, is pretty simple. It's basically an opportunity to take your stream with your audience and move it to another stream. So if you've got a group of people and we just see that, hey, there's another person streaming right now, let's go to their channel from our little community. And it's kind of like in a way of endorsement. Our guest speaker on Thursday, Imziety, is actually extremely good about rating after she's done with the broadcast. It's free advertising for that person. It's an immediate endorsement, and it's a very good thing to be able to utilize in this case. So rating channels goes a long way, and I would strongly would have you think about doing that, especially when we get our schedules up and everybody knows when everybody goes live. To rate each other's channel, because that would be a good way to work together in this. When you go into some of the, and I'll show you this a little later on, when you're actually streaming, one of the things that will come up is down here at the bottom of your video here, you'll actually have an opportunity to go into what's called a mod view, not at this one in particular, but in general, when you assign people within your Twitch channel, there is something called a mod view, and that can actually help in terms of people doing raid the channel, edit stream info, but it also, and this can be done for anybody, gives you the opportunity to clip things. This is actually a really good way of free advertising. I know a handful of you have talked about this in terms of putting it up on like Instagram and so forth, stuff like the NBA 2K, 2K20. That you were like, you made a really awesome play and you wanted to clip that and show it on Instagram. That is a good way to self-promote and show some of the ability. So, anything that's impressive or anything that's funny. This, again, Imziety is extremely good for clipping as well. And it's a good thing for mods to be able to do, because you might be in the process of doing something. So again, I play a lot of Bloodborne, for instance, and one of the things that comes up quite frequently, I might add, is you can't pause the game. And so being in a safe place to try to clip something is usually out of the question. So having a mod doing that goes a long way. So those are two kind of small things, rating and clipping, that go along with it. And I'll show you a little later on about mod view. But one area I want you to look at is insights. And I'm going to do so just in a small way. This will help you in terms of your journaling here. That will show each one of your streams, what it looked like, how many people were there. And in this case, what did you get any new followers, unique visitors that were not part of something, so not part of your actual community. So you get a lot of information about where you can get in terms of path to affiliate or partner, as well as some of the information about what's going on in your channel. So these are all very important things to be able to have. What I would recommend is going down your stream summary here and just kind of playing around, seeing what you have here in terms of like preferences in channel and moderation, so forth, video producers, content, that kind of thing. These are all very helpful things to kind of customize your channel and make it your own. So the biggest thing is I would recommend everybody take this week to talk to each other, building the channel the way that you want it to be built. Again, it does not have to be super comprehensive right now. It just needs to be something that you can say, this is a good starting block. So have that beginning, have something to start with that you want to promote and use for recording. Now, and the last thing I'll make sure that everybody is well aware of is when it comes to next week, because that's the start of stream, you can start at any point in time. So if you're like, I don't know that I have time to get things rolling to begin with, one of the things that you can think about is, you know, you might want to do this on Friday or Saturday at night, just to kind of get your feet wet with things like Streamlabs, with things like Twitch. So, you know, get everything collected, get everything together as best you can. For things like buying a microphone and a headset, real quick, I would encourage you to do so ASAP. And again, I put a resource up on that on Discord. So again, it's actually a pretty easy process to go live. It takes some tinkering, and a lot of this will be things that I can't necessarily explain, only because it will be one of those areas of a case by case basis. So we can talk about some things that usually happen, but I will be around to answer questions as best I can. Remember to be respectful, but if you want to reach out to Dr. Kelly as well, he's outstanding at this kind of thing, and he would be able to help as well. So that's it for today. Again, this was real short and sweet. Be working on your group projects. Check out the stuff for anxiety, and come with questions. That is one of the things that a lot of the guest lectures that we're going to have may not have a whole lot as far as like an actual lecture plan per se, but would be happy to share their experiences as much as they can. So, but come with questions, come with conversations. I hope this will be fun. She is an awesome person and an awesome streamer. So, yeah. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see y'all Thursday.